welcome to this month's Soul Explorations with Jo. The topic for this month is water. It jumped out at me really quickly as I was preparing to record this. I always feel into the topic moments before I start recording so that it's an organic and an authentic message and an experience and a session for you all. So the topic I was given is water. I was guided to grab one of my oracle card decks and pull out all of the cards that reference water. So I've got all of these beautiful water images in front of me. I'll just show you a few now. All different types of water. There's waterways, there's bodies of water, there's moving water. There's a couple more here I'll show you. They're just beautiful. So Spirit guided me to get these cards out and just place them around me. I was also guided to grab my beautiful shell and sit that with me. So all of this brings in the energy of water. And of course I have my glass of water here in case I get a bit dry and thirsty as we're doing this session. All right, let's begin. So Spirit wants me to begin to open this session by offering a healing for you all through the spirit of water. So if you are in a place watching this where it's a little bit noisy, a little bit hectic, there's other things going on, maybe just do this part of the session later, come back to it or pause it, take yourself off somewhere nice and quiet where you can sit and relax. So you can really feel into this session and open yourself up fully to receive. So we're bringing that water energy in nice and strong. And so you yourself may have images in your head of water of some description, whether that's the ocean or a river or a waterfall, rain, whatever sort of water image you conjure as we do this healing is perfectly right for you. So I'd like you to take a nice big deep breath. Feel your physical body letting go. Feel yourself sinking into a nice, relaxed, calm state. And you can watch this and participate in this as many times as you like. So if you haven't really got the feels happening now, that's fine. Just leave it. Come back to it when you feel drawn to it. Always trust yourself. Trust your instincts. So the spirit of water is now coming through really strong. What's happening is we're all being doused with the water energy. And I feel like this is a really great time for us to be doing this sort of dowsing, cleansing type healing, because it's a new year, the start of the month, the perfect time to be receiving a really nice energetic cleanse. So I would like you to, this is all guided by Spirit, this is all sort of channel driven by Spirit, so everything I'm saying as I'm doing this is, I'm being directed by Spirit and by the spirit of the water, especially for this one. So I want you to think of one thing last year in 2020 that really pulled you up short. It either caught you off guard, it was a massive hurdle, it was a massive trauma, something really pivotal for you that affected you deeply, it impacted you deeply. I want you to think of that moment, because we're going to do a cleansing of that energy for you. Spirit is saying we've all carried so much for so many months now. It's time to shift that energy. So many lessons have been learned. There's so much growth that's happened for you since that experience that you've had. So I want you to bring that remember it. Hold that in your thoughts, whatever it was for you that really brought you unstuck in the last 12 months. And stay focused on it. Stay with it. And so what we're doing is we're using your thoughts, the energy of your thoughts, as like a funnel, like a channel, to access that energy and cleanse it. The spirit of the water is going through that channel of your thoughts and it's cleansing that energy for you. So stay with it. Hold those thoughts right in the front of your mind if you can. Right then, just in that second, I felt a shift. I felt something kind of go click. The energy shifted, something released. So we're going to stay with it a little bit longer. And just let the water energy do what it needs to do. Oh my gosh. I've got this really, it's a feeling of we're all being lifted. Everyone collectively who is participating in this healing is being lifted up. It's a really good feeling. So that was a big one. That was a big shift. It's amazing how powerful these healings can be. Even if they're just a few short minutes, they've got some real oomph behind them. It's so good. Okay. If you haven't got a glass of water with you now, I want you to pause this and go and grab yourself a drink of water. And I'm going to have a sip now. So that physical, bringing the element of water into this in the physical sense, Spirit is saying it's just going to help really integrate that healing for you all. Wonderful. Well done, everybody. Okay. Take a couple of nice big deep breaths for me and just center yourself, ground your energy, bring yourself back so we can continue on with this session. Wonderful. Okay, water. Water, as we know, gives us life. It sustains life. It is one of our big life forces that we have here on Earth. Without it, we wouldn't be able to function. We wouldn't exist, pretty much. So the potential that water carries energetically and spiritually is huge. And I know there's going to be many of you watching this who are already aware of this, but there's going to be lots of you who aren't, or maybe you are, but you've forgotten. You've sort of let it slide a bit, and you haven't really acknowledged water for the amazing gift that it is for a long time. So I just want to take this opportunity for us all to honour water and, I guess, thank it for everything that it provides. It nourishes us, it hydrates us on a physical level, it heals our body on a physical level, and it nourishes us and heals us on a spiritual level as well. And it's all around us as well. Like, we don't, as I was sort of gathering my bits and pieces for this session, to start with, I was like, oh, water, what am I going to get that's, to do with water? And then suddenly all these little things were popping out. Even like the shell, for example, this clearly isn't water, but it is symbolic of water because it is from the ocean, it's from the beach. So maybe this month, gather a few things together, set up a little, if you have an altar, a spiritual altar currently, grab a few water elements and add that to your altar. If you don't have an altar, but you just have a nice little display sort of on your kitchen bench or in your lounge room or wherever, just bring in a couple of water elements into that space, somewhere where you can see it often and you can connect with it often. And that's just really going to help reinforce that gratitude that you have, and that acknowledgement that you have for water and all of its wonderful properties. I'm just going to breathe now and feel into what direction we're going to go in with this session. Be the water carrier. Think of your body as a literal water carrier. We are, what is Spirit saying? Okay, so our human bodies are, a big bulk of that is actually water. And so we are literally water carriers. So we are water. Spirit wants us to... What does Spirit want us to do? I've got so much going on. Like, there is so much going on around here. I'm having trouble... excuse me, I'm having trouble honing in. We are the water carriers. So, another little exercise for you in the coming weeks, or for this month, for January. When you reference your body, your physical body, when you look at your physical body or other people's bodies, try and hone in on the water aspect of everyone. Try and hone in on that water element. Remind yourself that we are water, and through that water element we embody life, and not just human life, all life, universal life, planetary life, the life of other dimensions. It's all, they're saying that if you take a droplet of water and you were able to really drill down into that droplet of water and see the energy that it carries, we would be able to see, in one single drop, we'd be able to see other worlds, other dimensions, other beings, other people. It's like we're all connected through water. And water is a conductor of energy. We know that. And so water is the conductor of energy, not just in the physical sense, but also in the energetic and the spiritual sense. So in one tiny droplet of water, there is everything. Everything is in there, everything from the universe. And if you can imagine how many droplets of water we have within ourselves, in our physical bodies, that's a lot. And so we've got this massive representation of the universe and other dimensions, other beings, but also other people and animals and life, other life on Earth, plants, everything, planets, it's all there, it's all within us. And so Spirit wants us to recognise that through water. Spirit is saying sometimes people have a hard time comprehending that the life force energy of the entire universe, is in us. We've got stardust in us. We've got everything in us. A lot of people have trouble comprehending that. It's hard to wrap your brain around. And so that's why we're talking about water in this way now, because this is going to make it a lot easier for a lot of people to be able to relate to that, and I guess accept that, understand it a bit better through the water reference, through the water connection. All right, where are we going to go now? So I'm being guided to take you into a little waterfall meditation. I feel like I'm jumping all over the place a bit here, but I'm trying to just roll with it, trusting that this is exactly what you need. I've got that little voice in the back of my head going, this isn't going as perfect as what I would usually like it to. You know, that ego, that doubt in the back of your head creeps in. I've got it too. I've got it creeping in going, this isn't as perfect and polished as you would usually do. But then the messages and the energy keeps coming through, reminding me that this is good. This is what we need. This is how it's meant to be. And because I'm a perfectionist, I guess this is a nice lesson for me to let that go and keep going. Don't hit pause. Don't hit stop on the recording, and just keep rolling with it. All right, so we're going to do a little waterfall meditation. So again, I'd like to invite you to close your eyes. Take a nice big deep breath. Breathe and relax. Now, in your mind's eye, while your eyes are closed, I want you to imagine any waterfall. Maybe you have a favourite local one that you visit often. Maybe you've seen one in a picture that you feel drawn to. Or maybe you're just picturing that flow of the water cascading down over the rocks and into the pool of water below. It doesn't have to be a specific waterfall or a well-known one. Just focus on that waterfall. And it's almost like you're quite a way away from the waterfall, so you're not up close yet. It's off in the distance, so you can see the whole thing. You can see the top of the waterfall, you can see the bottom of the waterfall, and you can see the landscape just around framing the waterfall. So stay with that and breathe and relax. Now where you are now, you can kind of hear the waterfall, but it's really faint and distant. It's like a really subtle sound. And now as you begin to move closer to your waterfall, the sound gets louder. And the sound of the water pummeling down over the rocks is really starting to vibrate through all of your energy systems. Breathe and relax. As you move closer to the waterfall, you can now feel the spray of the water as it splashes off the rocks. You can feel it on your skin. It's cold. It's invigorating. It's stimulating all of your senses. Breathe and relax. The sound of your waterfall now is all around you. It's all you can hear. It's roaring in your ears. It's vibrating through your body. And now you're moving even closer to the waterfall. Keep going until you're in the water. Keep going until you're standing in the waterfall. Breathe and relax. as the spirit of the water crashes all around you, crashes down on top of you. If you feel right now like you are choking or you can't breathe, I want you to take a really big, deep, cleansing breath and know that you can breathe. Breathe nice and easy while you stand under this waterfall. Stay here as long as you need. And then when you step out of the waterfall, you will come back into your body, back into the room. And you will feel fresh, clean. Your whole body will feel invigorated. Well done. That was a nice little impromptu meditation for us. And again, know that you can come back to any healings or any meditations that we do in these sessions anytime you like. Okay, so to finish this session, you're being guided to do another little exercise or activity. Whenever you're drinking water, Spirit is showing me that there are a lot of people who struggle to drink just plain water. So Spirit wants to address that, because drinking water, plain water, in its purest form, is one of the single most one of the single most powerful things you can do for yourself physically and energetically. And I feel like there's a lot of experts and specialists and nutritionists who disagree with that. I've done a lot of my own research on this sort of topic over the years, and as I sat here saying that those words, that water is one of the single most important things we can consume, in the back of my head I was remembering all these articles I've read and all these all the research that I've read, sort of disproving that, saying that plain water isn't actually very beneficial at all. You need to add like a pinch of salt to it, or something else to add more nutrients and more goodness, and something else to help our bodies absorb the water better and get what we need from it. So I've got all that in the back of my head going, and Spirit's like, no, that's just, forget all that. Water, plain water in its purest form, is powerful stuff. And so often for us, especially people who live in suburbia, accessing that pure water is impossible. We often will live in, people, myself included, will live in a suburb or a town where, the water pipes are very old and contaminated, and the water that we drink from the tap has been treated. So that is not the purest form of water that you can get your hands on. But can you still drink it? Can you still get the benefits from, say, drinking tap water as you would if you went to, the middle of the mountain and drank from a spring? And Spirit is saying, yes, you can. Spirit is saying, or showing me that, so I'm going to use my glass of water as an example. So I filter my water. I have a water urn sitting on my bench that I put tap water in, and it filters the chlorine and other bits and pieces out of it. Because for me, to drink the tap water from my tap, for me it doesn't taste nice. But other people can drink it and it tastes fine for them. So this, what I've got here, is filtered water. But Spirit is saying it's about listening to your body, it's about connecting with the water, and you can change the energy of the water to suit you and your body's needs, your physical body and your energetic body. So this is the exercise Spirit wants us to do. Have a glass of water. Any glass of water, Spirit is saying. Doesn't matter if it's from the tap or if it's filtered or if it's bottled water, whatever. Any water that is safe, is safe for you to drink. Grab yourself a glass of water and sit with it and close your eyes and feel the energy of the water. And so when I say feel the energy of the water, imagine that there's an extension coming out from your chest, from your heart, and it's reaching out towards your glass of water. So you're going to feel it in your chest. Does it make your chest feel heavy, light, tight, a bit jittery? How is your chest feeling as you connect with your glass of water? And then sit with it with the intention of changing the energy of this glass of water to suit you. And that's all you need to do. You don't need to know how to do it. You just have to set the intention. So you're setting the intention, and then you're just breathing and connecting with the glass of water. And Spirit is saying, I can actually feel that down in the pit of my stomach now. Spirit is saying, once you've done that, drink the water. And you don't need to do this for every glass of water. It's not really practical for us to do this for every single glass of water we drink. But as a healing tool, as a spiritual tool, this is something you can do to help you. Some people like to go outside and ground themselves. Some people go and have a nice shower, which again is water cleansing you. Some people like to lay down and have a sleep. People have so many different ways of resetting themselves and recharging. So this is another one of those ways. Now, something else you can do to recharge your energy, to give you an energetic boost, is to use a glass of water to do that. And because water is a conductor of energy, you setting that intention of lining it up with your energy and making it the perfect match to your energy. Water being a conductor of energy is going to make it even more powerful, even more potent. So once you've done that, you sip on your water and you drink as much or as little as you need. So you might just need to wet your lips with it, or you might need to drink the whole glass, whatever you feel like you need to do. So I'm going to have a sip. I'm using myself as a guinea pig. That water tastes different. This sounds strange, but it's actually sitting drier in my mouth. That sounds really strange. I don't even know what that means, but it feels drier in my mouth. And the Spirit is saying, so that's what you need. That's what your body needs. And so when you do it yourself, you're going to have your own experience. Experiment with it, play with it, see what happens. You may do this and really not notice any difference, and that's okay. Some of you will do this and have a profound experience, and that's okay as well. This is just another little tool that Spirit wanted to share with us all another means for us to help ourselves in a spiritual and energetic way. I am rambling something shocking, so I'm going to wind it up there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope in amongst all of my little ramblings and backwards and forwards topics and things that I've talked about here, I hope you've grabbed a couple of little gems out of it. If you have any questions, any feedback, let me know. I would love to hear it. And I'll see you all again next month. Take care. Bye.